Welcome to Play On News. I am your host, the one that's love you, the one and only Lord Splice. I gotta come up with a better catchphrase for that. Anyway, let's get into the fucking news. So, first thing I want to address today is, right now, there should be gameplay of me playing Halo Infinite. I want to give a quick review in that game. So, Halo Infinite, as the multiplayer beta, quote-unquote beta, just launched. The full game launches December 9th. As of this recording right now, there are some bugs in the game that I'm not really a fan of, but for the most part, the game has blown away all my expectations. I notoriously skipped Halo 5. I beat Halo 4. I did also play a little bit of the multiplayer, but I wasn't really a fan of it. Halo 5 was just garbage. I did not touch the game. I did not play the game. And I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, but you got an opinion, but you didn't even play the game. Listen, Linda, listen. I didn't play the game because I saw the gameplay for it. I had tons of friends that played the game, and I watched them play. I watched the streams. It seemed slow. It seemed sluggish. I did get my hands on the multiplayer for like 1 or 2 rounds at a local GameStop. I was just not a fan of it. It did not feel like Halo to me. It felt like a bad impersonation of what I knew Halo to be. I've played Halo since Halo Combat Evolved, 2, 3, Reach, ODST, Halo 4. I was not a fan of 5. I will say after trying Halo Infinite, I am a fan of Halo all over again. The game is spectacular. I did not play the campaign yet because, as I said, the campaign is not released yet. But for the multiplayer itself, this game has gotten me hooked. It's been one of my most favorite games of this year besides Guardians of the Galaxy. So, with that being said, if I had to rate a Halo, I'm going to take this back to old school X-Play. I'll rate this Halo 5 out of 5. Alright, let's get into the news. So, the devs behind DC Universe Online are coming out with a new Marvel MMO. I got a few thoughts on this, okay? It's being done by Daybreak Games' awesome-based Dimensional Inc. game studio. The person that's behind this is being led by Jack Emmert. And I know a lot of people don't know who Jack Emmert is. My former clan, or current clan, kind of clan, in between the clan is just like a bunch of old friends that's still repping the clan in some way, shape, or form, still together playing. Anyway, get back to the topic of the story. We at one point had over 14,000 members in 8 different games. We were sponsored. It was very, very cool. Did some magazine interviews. We were pretty well known. Even one of the developers of Champions Online used to be a former DE member. So when it comes down here to Jack Emmert, and who is Jack Emmert? Dark Enforcers, the clan, started in Counter-Strike and simultaneously in a game called City of Heroes. It was developed by a studio called Cryptic Studios. Now, if you have any gameplay of City of Heroes or you ever played it yourself, I'm going to put up a quick little capture of City of Heroes. Here it is. I'm going to put up also a little quick, capture of gameplay from Champions Online. I have tons of videos on my channel. Go check it out on my DE Dark Deathwing channel. Now, City of Heroes was developed, as I said, by Cryptic Studios, which was led by Jack Emmert. He was one of the not co-creators, but he did help design and run City of Heroes, which Cryptic Studios, which then also created Champions Online. So to see him and his name attached to this Marvel MMO is very, very interesting. He has 1 or 2 successful MMOs under his belt right now, and now he's going for a 3rd with his Marvel MMO. Currently on the phone, there's a Marvel MMO called Future Revolution. And in Future Revolution, this game has been amazing for a mobile MMO. It gives me vibes of, Dragon Raja. It gives me vibes of, I would like to say, a version of World of Warcraft, but it's very much a Marvel MMO. You got different skins, you got different challenges, you got different forms of currencies, you got world bosses, you got there's so many different ways to advance in this game. And when it comes down to this Marvel MMO, if they take anything that's in Future Revolution and just automatically switched over to the PC MMO for Marvel, it's an automatic classic. It's gonna get a 5 out of 5 from me automatically. With the failed launch of Marvel Avengers, listen, that's a whole different story. I'm a fan of Marvel Avengers. I'm just not a fan of what they did to the game and how you progress in the game and the online of the game. I'm a fan of the bare bones game. I'm a fan of the fight style, the gameplay, the movement, the story. To me, people shit on the story, but the story to me was very very, very good. But everything else for the game was just not. What makes the game a live service and a multiplayer game, I'm just not a fan of it. But Future Revolution did everything right. Future Revolution is a game that Marvel Avengers should have been. But with this here, this Marvel MMO being developed by Cryptic Studios, Jack Emmert rather, from Cryptic Studios, I have high hopes that this is going to be an amazing MMO that's going to last for several years, the same way City of Heroes did. And mind you, remember he did do City of Heroes, which is a superhero MMO. He has experience with this. Just hope it's not as clunky as City of Heroes was. But that was way back in like 2001, 2002. So I'm thrilled for it. New World. Since we're talking about MMOs, let's talk about New World. New World was a game that I was considering going into. I actually bought the game, I pre-ordered it, full price, everything, and it went nowhere. When I say it went nowhere, it went fucking absolutely nowhere, to the point that where they had to go and postpone the game a little bit. They said it was going to be indefinite, but then they randomly released it like 2 months later. It's still having a share of problems. It's getting not rave reviews, but it's getting decent reviews. But a lot of people are now not complaining, but they're reporting that New World on the EU server, they got a free 300,000 pieces of gold. Now, in New World, I know you're probably like, oh, that's no big deal. Most players spend that in a week or two. You would be right, good sir, but not in New World. In New World, gold is very, very precious. It's one of the world's economies inside of that virtual world, and it's very hard to come by. It will take you at least 2, 3, 4 months of farming just to get up to 300 pieces of gold if you put hours into the game a day. There was a glitch where a bunch of players was randomly issued a 300,000 pieces of gold for a tax for the server outage. Now Amazon is going to, like, in panic mode to try to fix this problem. I just find it hilarious. I don't know if they're going to punish anybody or penalize anybody for this, but listen, switch your server if you can. Just go to EU, get yourself some free pieces of gold. I mean, fuck it at this point. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I'm pretty confident that New World is not going to last another 2 years. Play with it while you can. Enjoy the game while you can. A game is a game just to enjoy, but an MMO is a very, very, very time-costly investment. So make sure you play wisely and you still don't forget to go outside and smell the fresh air with your 300,000 pieces of gold. North Korea. How can I word this wisely, you guys? North Korea, it's something else. That's the only thing I could put it as. North Korea is something else. Kim Jong-un has been on a tirade, a little baby infant tantrum lately. North Korea is notorious for loving to murder and execute people for the slightest offenses. It was recently reported that a North Korean man was caught distributing Squid Game, copies of the South Korean drama series Squid Game, to people in North Korea. He was sharing it with some of his classmates, who then was watching it, then got caught by an administrator, who then reported them, because there is no bro code out there, especially when you know they're gonna die over it. I mean, go fucking figure, you'd rather save yourself, right? And he's been sentenced to death, and so has everybody else that watched it, has also been sentenced to 50 years hard labor. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, escape, run, get away. In North Korea, if you are found to escape or go to the south or just randomly find a way to avoid your jail sentence or your execution, they will go and put that put your sentencing to every member of your family. Like, fine, you want to go to South Korea and escape? Well, then your family now has to fucking do 50 years of hard labor. Every single member of your family. It does not matter. North Korea is extremely harsh. Most likely this guy's going to take his sentence and he's gonna allow himself to be killed. It's very, very sad that in North Korea, smuggling things in USB drives and SD cards will still get you murdered and killed. It's about time that somebody does something to it in order to try to get rid of these humanitarian crimes, but unfortunately it is what it is at the moment. It's just another sad thing that pop culture and video games is just getting people killed in North Korea. They're trying to find ways to educate themselves and find out what the world really is outside of North Korean border walls, but only thing that waits on the other side is death at this point, with the way people are being murdered and sentenced to hard labor just for trying to experience life. It's very, very sad. So, we are talking about Amazon. There's a little TV show called The Expanse. One of my fiancées, she's a very, very big Expanse fan, and every single time I watch The Expanse, I look at her and I literally say, "This is Mass Effect." She goes, "No, it's not." I don't know what the fuck Mass Effect is. Mass Effect is an amazing video game trilogy. We don't talk about the fourth one, but it's an amazing video game trilogy that your choices matter, and you're traveling the entire star system with your crew, and you're doing missions to save the fate of the universe. Now, in this TV show's Expanse, it's made by Amazon Studios. She thought I was fucking lying. No, it wasn't. Because now it's being reported that Amazon Studios is finally coming to terms with being able to produce an expensive and expansive Mass Effect TV show. I am fucking thrilled. I just don't want them to do Shepard. Shepard is very near and dear to a lot of players' hearts, and a lot of them saw themselves as Shepards and his decisions and his decision making. It's very hard for me to play through the games again, even though I did beat each game at least 3 times, you know, for neutral, Paragon, and Renegade decisions. Good, bad, and neutral. But to play it again legitimately, my first playthrough is always my legitimate playthrough. That's the playthrough where you make your choices the way you would actually make your choices, and wherever you land is wherever you land. Then you play the next 2 times to try to get the other 2 choices. But if you take those choices away from players like myself, we cannot see ourselves in that TV show character. Basically, we're watching with somebody else. We're watching somebody else's live action playthrough. Whatever the director's choice would make and writer's choice would make, that's what you're watching. And that takes away from the heart of the show. So the only thing I can hope for, because they haven't really discussed what the story is going to be like, I just hope it takes place before Shepard or after Shepard. That is what I'm waiting for, because if we get to see what happens before the war, that would be great. That would be amazing. And it's uncharted territory. You know, I know that some books cover it, but for the most part, it's uncharted territory in media that you can actually consume, you know, through your eyes or through your ears, you know. But for the mouth, you know, for the most part, it's been word of mouth for Mass Effect. You know, you tell people about your Commander Shepard story and what he did or she did, and they tell you the story. But there's never been anything really concrete besides the novels. And now I think is a great time. The Expanse ending, this is an amazing time. Very, very convenient to now adapt the Mass Effect show to replace the Expanse. And I can finally look at my fiance and say, fucking, I told you so. The Expanse is basically Mass Effect 2.0. That's all it is. So now she's going to get to see for ourselves. I'm thrilled. Let's fucking go with Mass Effect, man. Come on. I am Commander Shepard. This is my favorite YouTube channel on the Citadel. Let's go. Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite. We listen, we'll get into a whole story of Fortnite on another day, maybe a story time. But right now, Epic Games and Harmonix, the creators of Rock Band, has just announced why there's been no Rock Band peripherals, why there's no more guitars, why there's no more games being announced, something like that. That's because Epic Games bought Harmonix. And you would think that they would just try to cash in and go for another Rock Band game. But no, nada. None of that. What they're doing is they're going to take Harmonix, the creators of Rock Band, and get them to make musical journeys and gameplays for Fortnite. So you're not just going to be able to enjoy the live concerts in Fortnite. You're not just going to be able to play the game Fortnite. You're going to make musical journeys and choices and be able to play music in Fortnite. Are we going to just be able to do live action poetry next in Fortnite? I mean, what it's a PUBG game, guys. It's a battle royale. Like, what are you going to do? The fucking Tom Hanks thing from Big? Chopsticks. See? You see? It's fucking dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. Are you going to do shooting? Is every time you jump it's another key? I don't understand. It's fucking dumb. Anyway, that's your news for fucking Fortnite and Rock Band. I would have just fucking loved just to be able to the fucking band set in my room behind me and just be able to play the fucking damn game. That would have been good, to be able to play Rock Band 18. It would have been nice. Warner Brothers, Birds of not a fan of the movie. Not a fan. A fan of Black Canary. That was a damn good Black Canary variant. Harley Quinn, of course, is always great. Huntress was alright. And even the actress that played Renee Montoya, she was good. Here's the problem that I had. Besides Cassandra Cain, Batgirl. You're telling me this thief chick is Batgirl. She's not Batgirl. Like, oh, this is going to get into this whole other fucking argument. Anyway, her father's name is David. He trained her. She's supposed to be mute. He took away the ability to speak, never taught her to speak, to make her a better assassin. Why is she talking? Why is she stealing? Why does she have abusive, shitty parents? Why is she even in this fucking movie at all? I have no fucking idea. Anyway, point is, they put the censored version, the made-for-TV version, on the HBO Max app, and then took away the uncensored rated R version. Why would you do that? It's not like they're both up there. They accidentally put the censored version in place of the uncensored version. How are they going to fix this? They said there's no timetable to just hit delete and then upload. Warner Brothers, HBO, get it together, you guys. Just fucking get it together. Super Nintendo World. Alright, Super Nintendo World is a dream of mine. It's like, I want to go there at least once in my lifetime. I Japan and all that. But I want just once, uno, net, which is me, one time in my life, I want to go to Super Nintendo World just to experience it. I've never been to a video game theme park, never have, and especially with the entire park, it's like themed. Like Harry Potter World, never been there, nothing like that. I don't want to go to Harry Potter World, but I've never been there. But Super Nintendo World, I do. Unfortunately, there was a fire overnight as it was closed. It was closed for the day, and then somehow, some way, a fire broke out. Thankfully, nobody was injured, but Mario needs to stop with the fireballs. It kind of backfired on him this time. Just saying. I want to end this play on news with Dragon Ball Fighterz. Dragon Ball Fighterz is one of my favorite games, and you would think that they would come out with a sequel or anything else, but they're no longer supporting the game. But they came out with Dragon Ball Time Breakers, which is evolved, Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th, but Dragon Ball, where they're continuing that shitty Xenoverse universe storyline where now Frieza, Boo, Cell, and more villains to come basically attacks the time capsule thing, and now they're in this whole thing called like a little split reality, and then you have to go and try to kill the survivors, and one of them is Boma and the other one is Oolong, and you have to go and see. I'm joking on the fact that this is just, it's a premise that's interesting, but I mean, I signed up for the beta test, and that's what this is about. The beta test is coming out. There's a beta test trailer now, so it talks about the information on it. I'm looking forward to see if this game is actually good or not, because most of the Xenoverse games play horrible, feel horrible, look horrible. They play horrible, look horrible, and they're just horrible games. This one actually looks okay. It's an okay concept, but I don't think it's gonna do big numbers. Hey, fuck me, I didn't think Dead by Daylight was gonna be wrong, and it proved me wrong. I mean, it did. So hey, maybe this is one for the Dragon Ball fans. Maybe we'll get up Dragon Ball Fighterz to go play this. No, not. So that's gonna be all today, everybody. Thank you for joining me on another Play on News, where we play on news because it's a play on news, because the concept is a play on the news. It is. So until next time, my daddies and dudettes, game over, bitches.